most pressing needs of the older persons today, and how Tribeca, over the years, I think that again we were having discussion with you and Prabhujit that when you initially started and then how things started shaping up in this care industry, for the elderly. If you can share your views, Pradeep.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot, Govindo, and all of you, wonderful meeting, such a great crowd of you, right? Nilanjan, I met her 10 years back when I knew absolutely nothing about eldercare, and I still don't. So just to let you know, I'm still a novice. As background, right? So I was never a healthcare professional. I was never into the care field. I was a banker by training, engineer, MBA, all of those good stuff. Lived abroad, and the reason I came back is because I realized that my mother wasn't, she was living alone, fiercely independent, and a lot like what Guruji said. She's 86, Guruji, and she still thinks that she's 21, right? And because of that, she would never allow anyone into her home, would do everything by herself. And by the way, I'm very similar, right? I cook myself, all of that. But fundamentally, I was always scared that if she had to fall as a child living in a different country, that's probably one of the biggest fears that we have. And I kept looking around to see what else is available, and I really realized that nothing, right? I couldn't even get a person to go down to my mother once in a while and check whether it's fine, right? Because just like Sukanya said, you tell us, started Tribeca from a position of need, a need for ourselves. So if I can solve it for myself, I can solve it for others. And that was the, while it sounds very good to say that there's, the population of India is huge and there is a pressing need and so on, so long as you have a need and you realize that everyone does. Now the question then becomes, and I think, to answer your question, what is the need for the elders, right? Is need what Guruji said of spirituality, possibly? Is it hydrotherapy that Kunal does in his clinic, possibly, right? Is it dementia care? It is, right? I think talking about the elderly and saying they have a need is probably a little misleading. The reason is that the elderly is not anyone else. It is us a few years later, right? Which means to say that there is things that we are good at, there are certain things that we are bad at, and over a period of time, there are things that will degrade